Why would you keep going out with this guy?
Because he got enough to always want to.
Listen, when I was growing up, I had 4 or 5 different variety of friends. I didn't just hang out with Steve Rannazzisi. Steve Rannazzisi was my movie friend. He smoked some pot. He likes movies. He likes Italian food. Guess what? I call Steve on Sunday nights. Steve's my man on Sundays. We go get a slice of pizza. Mm-hmm. We talk about the week. He tells me I was going to get me a job doing union construction. And then we go catch a Charles Bronson movie. And he goes home. He lives with his mother and his father. Steve wouldn't break the law if he wanted to. But at the same time, when Steve and me went home at 10, what's that expression? Loose something is the devil's workshop.
Loosely lip sync ships?
No. Like, I wouldn't want to go home.
Oh, idle time is the devil's... Yeah.
So what am I going to do? It's 10 o'clock.
So then you gotta go meet another kind of friend.
I would go hang out with Mike Denny, the devil. Mm-hmm. I knew I was going to do blow with him. We were going to get some type of drug. When you were with Mike Denny, you were going to end up with something, a pill, a Tuminol, a bag of blow, maybe a line of heroin. Anything could go down with him. When I was 16 and my mom died, I didn't give a fuck about me. So when I saw Mike Denny, I jumped in that fucking RX-7 and we had a good old fucking time. 1,000 things. And 90% of the shit we did was rob. But again, he was one of those guys that would go, listen, a ship just came in and they got a box of watches. Let's go rob the watch. Like, he was that crazy. So we'd have to climb a fence behind the shipyard and fucking walk through mud and we'd hear dogs. And we'd have to go get... And he knew all the combinations and shit.
I was going to say, didn't he?
Yeah, how accurate was the information?
Always solid. But always something... At payday, it was always something different. There's 30 watches. We're going to get $100 a piece for the watches. That's $3,000. We'll split it $1,500 a piece.
So you don't have to sell the watch?
No. All I got to do is go steal it. He already had a drop-off point. Next day... You're not going to believe what happened. 6 of the watches were damaged. You're only going to get $800. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
He paid you, and that was the beauty of it. But there was always going to be a fucking by the way. That's what made it interesting. The worst thing that ever happened with me and him that always stuck in my mind, just to let you know, guys, it was New Year's Day. And we went to see Aerosmith at the Nassau Coliseum. Aerosmith was terrible. The tickets were terrible. The drive was terrible. But we were on Kennedy Boulevard on the Jersey side. And it had to be maybe 12:30 at night on a Sunday night, New Year's fucking day, okay? Who the fuck goes out? Aerosmith decides to do a show New Year's fucking day. But me and the devil around, we took a hit of acid. We took like fucking this powerful fucking acid at the time. And I'm tripping my ass off listening to Get Your Wings by Aerosmith in the car. That's one of my all-time favorite albums. And I see red lights. And we pull up. And it's an RX-7, just like Mike Denny's. And it hit a tree. And it had split right through the fucking middle. This guy was dead. Ooh. He was done. But she was stuck. Okay, she was stuck. Now, we're on acid.
No, this is real.
All this is going on. Yeah, we're on a hit of acid.
Oh,
we're
God.
We're like the 6th people on the scene.
I would leave that scene immediately.
Okay, we're like it's a couple of guys yelling and screaming like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Help me, help me!" And in the middle of all this, an ambulance comes along, 2 ambulances, fire department. And they have fucking saws, and they're telling the girl, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, but my boyfriend's dead." And blah, 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 blah. And we're fucking standing there frozen.
You guys pulled over and stuff?
Yeah, like we pulled over legally. You couldn't go nowhere. There was debris all over the fucking road.
Oh, you were driving.
She hit a fucking pole.
Yeah.
Somebody cut them off and it's hit them. Like somebody, I can't, guys, I'm not a crime investigator. What I do know was that the fucking car was split in half. He was dead. His side of he was crushed. His head was exploded. There was blood everywhere, and she was still alive.
Oh,
like
God.
It basically, but their tail had been hit, and there was another car. The window was smashed, and the guy was unconscious in the front seat. There was no airbags in those days. There was none of that shit.
No, there were no airbags.
None of that shit. So we get out of the car. She's yelling. The fucking firemen like, "Get out of the way, get out of the way." The cops come, they put a fucking yellow tape. Jesus. They're like, "Go back to you." And now it's 1 o'clock in the morning, just the red lights. I'm tripping my balls off.
Did anyone ask you any questions or anything like that?
Did you guys see anything? No, we just came up right now. There was like 2 cops there already.
Oh,
there was like a cop car already there, and he knew when he was looking at people.
I can't believe you drove on acid.
Now I'm watching the fucking the acid kind of saved me because I faint when I see blood. So she was covered in blood, but she was yelling for her life. Where under the passenger seat, the driver's seat, that he was just leaking. Like it was like I swear to God, it was just coming from the seat. Like it squished his head. It must have squished his shoulder. Like I remember, I couldn't see him because the window in the car were just dog. That's why I don't like little cars like that.
Yeah,
I'm against all little cars, guys. Against them completely, and that's my logic. That's what I saw in 1987 when cars were still cars. No, 1980. It was New Year's 1980, maybe 1981 if I'm wrong. Maybe if I'm fucking wrong. So we're tripping, and they get up and they saw the car. You know how when they got that shit,
jaws of life or something.
And they hit that. The ambulance came. Some people came with the beds. There was a small fire. They shut that out, and then they sorted her out, and like she was fucking twisted.
Oh,
but I'll never forget these last words. They were drinking.
Oh, she said we were drinking?
No. One of the cops.
Oh, said that.
They were drinking.
Yeah.
They were drinking. And at that moment, me seeing that, at that fucking moment, as much as a criminal, as I fuck around with weed, I bring it on a plane, all this nonsense I do, you'll never, ever, ever see me drink and drive. And it's because of that night. It's nothing to do because I'm cool, nothing to do.
Yeah. And
it saved my life forever because I wouldn't have mind having a few drinks and getting behind the car. Nobody does. But because I saw that. I saw that girl when they took her out of the ambulance. I saw what she looked like. I saw the look in her face that the guy she was with was dead. But I guess as they were putting him away and we were talking, the cop goes, there was booze. They found like bottles in the fucking car.
Yep.
And that was it. That was it in my... So if I got anything from all those years of hanging out with the devil, it was not the drink and drive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.